In this video, I'm going to show you a quick and easy recipe for lamb shanks. So we're going to get started by setting our smoker up. We're going to be using our pellet smoker today. So we'll open our lid and fill our hopper up with pellets. This pellet flavour is a 50-50 mix of pecan and cherry. And now that's full, we'll shut our lid, turn our smoker on, and then we'll rotate this dial to select our temperature, which for this cook is going to be around 150 Celsius or 300 Fahrenheit. And now we've got around 10 to 15 minutes for this to go through its preheating cycle and come up to temperature. So while that's happening, we're going to prepare our lamb shanks. So straight out of the packet, these lamb shanks look fantastic. They don't need any trimming, so we can go ahead and just season them straight up. Now all I'm going to do is give them a light coat in some yellow mustard. That's just going to help our rub stick to the meat. If you don't like yellow mustard, you can just use a little bit of olive oil. But like I said, for now, these are just going to get a nice light coat in some yellow mustard, and then we're going to season them up in some of my Lamb Layup rub. If you don't have any of that, or if you've got another favourite rub, go ahead and use that, or salt, pepper, garlic always does the trick nicely as well. Now we're just going to give our lamb shanks a nice generous coat all over. Make sure you get the ends and your edges, and then we're just going to mop up any seasoning we got on our cutting board. Now these lamb shanks are ready to go once our smoker's up to temperature. Now our smoker's up to temperature, we can get these lamb shanks on. So I'm just going to get a drip tray underneath our cooking rack. I'll get our beautiful lamb shanks directly above that, then we'll shut our lid and let these smoke away. Now our lamb shanks are in the smoker, I just want to take them until they develop a really nice colour. I want that rub to set on the meat, so we're just going to let these go for around 1.5 to 2 hours now. And just over 2 hours in, these lamb shanks look completely different. That meat is pulled right back on the bones, that rub is set on there nicely, and we've got some awesome colour on there too, so I reckon we can move on to the next stage of this cook. So for the next stage of this cook, we're going to be using our camp oven. So into that, I'm just going to add some olive oil. That's a good tablespoon there. And to that, you want to add equal parts brown onion, celery, and carrot, all diced up around 3/4 of a cup each. And then you just want to brown that off on medium heat for around 3 to 5 minutes. And once your onion, celery, and carrot has browned off, we're going to add 3 cloves of crushed garlic. We'll stir that in and give it a minute until it becomes nice and fragrant. Then we'll add a 400 gram of tinned tomatoes. Now these are just whole peeled tomatoes. It doesn't really matter, it's all going to cook down anyway. And then around a cup of beef stock and a cup of red wine. And we'll give that a good mix. And then we can add our lamb shanks. Then I'll just spoon some of that liquid over. We'll get a lid on and take this into the smoker. Now at this stage of the cook, it doesn't really matter because our lamb shanks are in that camp oven. You can finish this cook on the stove on low heat, in the oven, or in the smoker like I'm doing. All we want to do now is get those lamb shanks nice and tender. They're already sitting at around 185 Fahrenheit or 85 degrees Celsius internal. So I reckon they've only got another hour or two until they're nice and tender. So we'll let these go and we'll come back once they've had an hour in the camp oven. Right, so our lamb shanks have been around 1:45 in our camp oven. So we're pushing 4 hours into this cook. These are looking absolutely incredible. There's no need to check for probe tenderness. Just get a fork and you can literally feel and see that meat just wants to fall apart. Now that liquid is reduced down nicely as well, so these are ready to come out. So now I'm just going to hold our shutdown button. It's now telling me to drain the hopper. So I'm just going to pull this lever on the side, and that's just going to drain any pellets left in the hopper to the bucket underneath. Now that's just going to go through the rest of its shutdown cycle. It'll do a high temp burn off, get rid of any pellets in the worm, and that'll take around 27 more minutes. All right, now to serve it, we've got some mashed potato. If you want to level up your mashed potato, I strongly suggest adding some of our garlic gold seasoning. But for now, I'm just going to quickly and carefully get one of our beautiful lamb shanks on top of that. And with these leftovers in the camp oven, I'm simply just going to spoon them over. But you could add some more liquid to that, reduce it down, add some gravy powder, or blitz it all up. It's completely up to you, but there is so much good flavour in there. And as you can see, this meat is just super tender. So let's get a bit of that and we'll have a taste. That is so good. There's some with a bit of everything on there. That is the perfect meal on a cold day. Well, there you have it. There's a quick and easy lamb shank recipe. That was only a 4-hour cook. That is packed full of flavour. That meat is so rich, tender, and delicious. I'll put the recipe and everything you need to know down in the video description. But if you've got any comments, don't hesitate to ask them below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. But for now, that's the end of the video. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this off camera, and I'll see you in the next one.